What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. In my town where I live, there are maybe, 8 to 10 people that gather in the middle of town that hold this honk for peace thing where they hold out peace signs and American flags and they say, no more war and honk for peace. And so I'm like, I'm going to go up to one of these guys and just talk to them and see how they feel.
Now, I'm the type of guy, I'd really like to have peace. But if you and I are going to get into a push and shove match, I'm going to kick you in the nuts right as soon as I can. I'm going to do anything I can to stop it. And if I'm going to fight in a war, then that's the way I want to fight in a war. I don't go for this. No, we can't do that. It's civilian, blah blah blah. Bomb the shit out of them.
Yeah. Oh man, I never ever thought that he was going to say anything like that. I'm all for peace, but so we had a conversation about Trump and how he voted for him the first time, and Obama and Iran and military service and all that stuff. So enjoy, guys. So you're obviously objecting to what's going on in Iran.
I think everybody has personal opinions about Iran. In some ways, I wish that Trump would go in and end it. In other ways, I say, it's ridiculous. Iran's a country that's been here for thousands of years. The United States, we celebrated 250 years, We're a bit cocky, I think. Going into Iran, they don't care, we got to handle this nuclear material, Well, we had it under control with Obama, and Trump threw it all out. I'm one person doing a little bit on earth here to give people the idea to think about peace.
Do you think any war is necessary ever?
It's necessary only in the context of it being a transition to something more peaceful. When I was 14 years old, I read that our Air Force said that they could wipe North Vietnam off the face of the map overnight without using nuclear weapons. Now, I'm the type of guy, I'd really like to have peace. But if you and I are going to get into a push and shove match, I'm going to kick you in the nuts right as soon as I can. I'm going to do anything I can to stop it. And if I'm going to fight in a war, then that's the way I want to fight in a war. I don't go for this. No, we can't do that. It's civilian, blah blah blah. Bomb the shit out of them. We bombed the shit out of them and carpet bombed Europe in World War II.
Now, I think that's how most Americans actually feel. Even the guys holding honk for peace rallies every Thursday.
That was necessary to get that situation resolved. Sometimes, I guess, in humanity's thing, we've shown where being cruel and brutal like that gave us peace for a period of time. So we're out here letting people honk their horns in support of us,
So there is a little peace through strength every once in a while.
Well, there is peace through strength.
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there isn't.
Okay, gotcha.
But I'm saying that it should only be used as a transition towards trying to solve the world's problems and having true peace, But if you're going to fight, then okay.
Now, earlier in the video, he did say that peace through transition was sort of hogwash. So I don't know why he said that.
Fight, brother, but bring it on,
Were you in the service?
I was. I read that article in the paper when I was 14. 5 years later, I was facing the draft. I was smart. I didn't want to get drafted and go to Vietnam. So I got on the Air Force waiting list for 2 years. And I went in and I stayed only 21 months, 11 days, 11 and a half hours.
Well, thank you for your service. I love veterans, man. Seriously.
Got discharged, honorable discharge. And, I went, at that point in time, there was millions of people marching on Washington, protesting the Vietnam War. Kent State happened in Ohio, students shot. Jackson State down in Mississippi, more students shot. What's going on? At that point in time, I felt disgusted with this country. I hated this country at that point in time.
What about right now?
Right now, I say that we've never been in a better position to be able to make change and do some of these things. Trump's got us he's such a dizzy son of a gun that, we'll be a whole lot better when he's gone. I'll say that.
Is there anything you like about him?
there anything I like about him? Well, I voted for him the first time
Yeah, interesting.
because I thought that I couldn't vote for Hillary because her and her lying Democrats, her getting the questions passed down from Donna Brazile, who was a Democratic chairman or something at the time before the debates.
This is what he was referencing here. CNN parts ways with Donna Brazile after debate questions were provided to Clinton. I totally forgot about this. This is October 2016.
He gave her the answers to the questions so Hillary would know how to thing. And Hillary never said anything about men. It was all about breaking that glass ceiling, Hey, I'm glad to see women get promoted and whatnot. Everything, each person according to their abilities, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Where was I? What was I talking?
Each person according to their abilities. Exactly. Meritocracy, baby. Baby. That sounded weak. Not DEI. Trump. You voted him. You voted for him the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought he'd stir things up. Well, he did a whole hell of a lot more than stir things up. He tore things apart. He tore the place apart. I mean, the whole country was. It was outrageous what happened under his first term, and then he comes in the second term. Yeah, people, what's with people in this country? The one thing I do like that he did is he's giving the senior citizens a little extra tax break at the end of our lives. So that I just took out my required minimum distribution from my measly 401k account this year. And I still ended up. At 401k, you got to pay,
Yeah. So, you know what I did like about him, though? What he did for me. Listen, man, I'm just messing with you. Take it away.
Well, that's all taxable income on me now and whatnot. But
do you have any thoughts on the immigration system and ICE and all?
Yeah, I'd say let's immigrate a lot more immigrants and deport all the racists in our country. Get rid of the racists and take the immigrants here. I don't know how you got here. My grandparents came over on a boat, Ellis Island.
Yeah,
we were immigrants. Most
legal immigrants, yes, I assume.
Everybody in this country basically are immigrants. Why we got to have this thing against immigrants today? Because they're Puerto Ricans or Mexicans?
Puerto Rico is America.
Or things like that. Their color, skin's brown and whatnot. That's a little ridiculous if you ask me. But, it's 6:02. We're done.
It's 6:02. We're done. Yeah, I don't want to answer any more questions about that.
We only sit here till 6 o'clock.
So you're out at 6 o'clock.
The interview is now over.
All right.
Okay.
I just wanted to get into the Biden administration letting in millions of Americans and Trump sort of sealing it up, and if he liked anything about that, and should immigrants assimilate. I appreciate it, man.
Not the type.
All right, there it is. The peaceful protester who likes to fight sometimes. He seemed like a good guy, though. And he's a vet, too, so he's got my respect for sure. All right, guys, if you like the channel, like and subscribe. I appreciate it.